And so I want to spend the rest of the time talking about building your bench. So
Yep.
the always be recruiting.
Yep. Where am I at? There
Do
we
you
go.
still find people don't have that mentality?
Yes, but many less. It used to be pretty common a couple years back, certainly before COVID, 4 or 5 years ago. Not a big deal, you know. It was easy enough to find people back then. However, it has changed dramatically. I think a lot of people have heard it through a lot of people like yourselves, and some other coaches and things like that, that it's so important. You know, I just got on Facebook group and somebody was going back and forth. Well, what if I don't need to hire all the time? And I said, you don't hire all the time, but you interview all the time. It doesn't mean you need to hire all the time, but you certainly want to interview all the time. If you're interviewing all the time, you should be able to hire somebody in about a week, maybe 2. If you're not hiring all the time or interviewing all the time, it's going to take you a month or 2 to find that technician instead of a week or 2. That's the difference, in my opinion, at least the main difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I see a disconnect. I see people say they believe in the always be recruiting, but then I see the mentality where, oh, I'm fully staffed.
Yep.
And it's surprising to me the amount of people who think just because they filled the seats that they think it's going to all work out.
Right.
Because they know it doesn't,
Right.
but yet they still think when their seats are full that, all right, my job is done. And, like Paul Auguste posted something yesterday, and did you see that?
Yeah.
That he has on his wall, for you all that didn't see it, on his wall, I'm assuming in his employee area, like where he does kind of the training and the welcome and everything, but he's got a poster that says, "Don't be an asshole." And I thought that was hilarious. And, I mean, personally, I don't have a problem with that, in that, and, there was a little discussion because people aren't going to admit and probably be self-aware that they're an asshole. But like I told somebody, well, you warned them, so when they do show their true colors, you're like, And so it's just funny that some people have come to the realization that you're still in the recruiting process even after they're hired, really, because
Right.
you don't, until somebody's been with me about 3 months, I don't really believe anything they say. And I don't believe that it's necessarily going to work out. Now, the challenge is not acting like that to the employee. That is the challenge, but it is the truth in that people can interview well, but it's hard for them not to show their true colors.